What it is, y'all? It is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you today with another Danmachi 7th Zone video. Now, it's been a minute since we actually talked about 7th Zone, and I'm going to kind of get into the reason for that. But first, I kind of want to discuss 7th Zone as it is. And the reason we don't cover this, no, at least I'll get into it now, I kind of gotten bored with it. Like, maybe it's just me. I know 7th Zone's here every week, and I know it's really good, but I have so many Ascension materials, and I'm just going to go ahead and just literally go in here. That's good. Thank you. Alright, so I'm going to go in here. Clearly my first login of the day. And I'm going to go in here to Blacksmith, and I'm going to go to Equipment Ascension, okay? Weapon, just grab whatever we grab. I have 154 of these, which actually isn't much. And I probably have a ton of these. 1,400. 1,400. So, why am I setting on so many of these? Well, number one, we do this every single week. We get a ton of these items, and I mean a ton of them. Now, you do need a lot of them for the upgrades and for the Ascension and all that, but the other thing is, you need a ton of Valis for it. And for me personally, if you guys haven't been to the stream and all that, I'm always Valis poor. Like, having 35 mil is really nothing right now. I upgrade, what? I think it's like 8 mil per Ascension. So, like, I upgrade a handful of weapons, and it's gone. It's just gone. And right now, we just got out of the half stamina per Valis run of, you know, that kind of weapon upgrade campaign thing we had going on. So, yes, this is low, at least by my standards. Number one, I just don't like farming Valis. I really don't. Yeah, I'm just going to jump into the match here and talk about this for a minute, okay? Number one, I just don't like farming Valis. That's just not within the realm of what I enjoy doing. Because if you guys didn't know, if you guys haven't been around the channel long enough, I used to play another gacha game called Dragon Ball Legends. A lot of you guys know we still do Dokkan Battle content. Dragon Ball Legends was literally like a 3D fighter version of Dokkan Battle, for lack of a better way to put it. I know, the mechanics of the game are incredibly different, but at the end of the day, it's a 3D fighter for your phone. And the biggest problem I have with that game is it just does not respect the user's time. It has absolutely no respect for the time and energy the user puts into the game. It just wants every ounce of your daylight. And for me, mobile games aren't that. Like, for me, when I get into a mobile game, I want to, come in here, play it for, a few minutes, get what I need to get out of it. If I have to grind an event, cool, I could set aside time for that. But by no means do I expect that to be the just sole functionality of my existence. I'm going to go ahead and SA with her and kill these guys. So, while I am aware a lot of these events require, specific attention and significant amounts of input, at the end of the day, I don't want a game that is okay, you've got to grind all day long for this one tiny little thing, and it ultimately is just a piece of a bigger puzzle. I thought I was on very hard there for a moment. I was like, what? We beat them way too quickly. Let's jump into the very hard now. And that's kind of, honestly, I hate to say it, but that's how I feel Danmemo is with the Valis quest. I feel like all the other ones are really good right now. They just did major upgrades to everything. And even Valis quest does pay out pretty well. But at 48 stamina, it just doesn't respect the user's time. If it was permanently 24 stamina, that would be leaps and bounds better. Leaps and bounds better. And once again, I do know they did just upgrade it, and they just gave us, significantly more Valis than we've ever had. Well, thanks, Line, for dying. We're not going to get the S-Clear on this one, but that's fine. We're still going to wreck it out. If you're not familiar with what I'm doing here, basically, I'm using a team that's just designed to get SAs very, very quickly, and to see basically how fast we can kind of decimate this. Now, the biggest problem I have is that my Harahime is not max ascended, and this Chigusa well, she is not got much going on for her either. I'm a little shocked that Haruhime died. Not gonna lie, a little thrown off by that. It is what it is. We'll just soldier on. I'll go after the S clear later. Actually, you know what? Yeah, no, it'll be fine. We'll just go after the S clear at a later date. Alright. Haruhime is going to have to do Akane, and everyone else is just going to kind of soldier on. So, more to the point, I have a hard time doing Weapon Ascension because it requires so much of your grind. And for me, I get so much more out of the other stuff that when it comes to ascending a weapon, ascending an armor, ascending something like that, I kind of do it as an ad-needed basis. So the reason that I haven't covered 7th Zone in quite a bit of time, number one, it's kind of stale. Like, this gameplay hasn't changed basically since the game dropped. It's always stun ailment. It's like, you know, the foes are very predictable. It's either AoE or single target. There's not really much of a challenge. So there's not a whole lot to talk about. But also, and, you know, once again, sort of to the detriment of the games, so to speak, if you are going to ascend that many weapons, you've got to spend like an entire day. And I do mean quite literally, it feels like an entire day just grinding Valis just to throw them into your weapons and then have no Valis at the end of that period. Like, and I'm really talking about like spending a full hour just grinding it out. And yes, I know we have auto run and all that stuff. We could do that, but calculate out how much stamina that costs. How many potato snacks you'd be dropping. How much you're going to be putting into the game. And how many times you have to go back and touch it while it's actually even doing the auto runs. And for me, and for my interest in the game, is, you know, once again, I do utterly adore the game, but kind of feel like that's... okay, well, we'll just do double essays with her. It kind of does put a big hurt on my plans, but whatever. This could have been a lot cleaner, a lot better. I could go for a turn 5 kill. I just gotta basically rerun it and make sure those other units don't die like immediately. A bit of an RNG nightmare here, but neither here nor there. The reason I don't cover this is because I really, as much as I really do like what happens to these units after they're ascended and after their weapons are ascended and after everything's done like that, I really do feel like that's, to me, like the low part of the game. I don't enjoy that. So when I bring you guys content on this, I usually bring you guys content on the stuff that I really enjoy doing. And I don't want to bring like a gripe video or something like that. Because frankly, you know, like I think we're all on the same page. A lot of us enjoy the game, and a lot of us are here for the enjoyment of the game. Whether it's you like the free-to-play aspect of the game, or you're here because you utterly love the franchise, or you're that involved in the story outside of the franchise itself, the story and the characters and all that, or you just like the battle system or whatever. Everybody has a different reason for loving this game. And I'm going to guess that if you're playing the game, you do have at least some amount of love for the game. But for me, it's that ascension. That just really makes me crazy. I just don't enjoy it. And that is kind of a problem, honestly. I really do not enjoy doing my weapon ascension. Hero ascension, it's a whole different argument. But weapon ascension, literally the whole reason this exists, I just frankly don't enjoy it. I do it, but on an as-needed basis. So when it comes to 7th Zone, we've covered it. We've talked about it to death. But when it comes to like the reason for it being here, I'm kind of burnt out on it, if I'm honest. And to me, I think it would almost be just that much better if we literally got maybe a different ailment each time, or if maybe there was some way they mixed it up. Yes, I do know my team is kind of struggling here at the moment. A lot of it has to do with the fact that, well, they kind of took out units at a rate that I was not ready for. But here we go. Turn 11, they're dead. That should have been a turn 6 kill. Wow. So here I am talking about how predictable it is, and I'm literally just failing miserably. Yeah, go girl. Just kill him. There you go. There you go. But once again, I had 2 DPSs and one of them got taken out early game, so sorry guys. The team could be better. But once again, like, even as, you know, we're struggle busting along, we only got 13 mil for that. We got to go back in there and get our 15 mil. But more to the point, we got our Sharp Carbon Auto. That's the whole reason to run it. I've got to go run now Water Zone and build a team for that. But I just, frankly, am bored by it, if I'm honest. I say that as my team just got bodied, but my team also kind of got, like, whittled down from the start in a very unusual fashion. They hammered down on one unit and then, you know, whatever. So I guess, sure, there's my challenge, but whatever. I'm going to rerun it and body them right in back. You know, it's like, unless Chigusa gets taken out, which, how hard he may get taken out over Chigusa? Whatever. It's a thing. But more to the point, let me know your thoughts in the comments section. I'm just kind of bored with this game mode, and I feel like Weapon Ascension is good. Like, obviously you need to do it for a lot of units, but I just only do it on a need to obtain basis, and because of that, like, I just procrastinate on it a lot. Like, I'll run this every week, and it's gotten to the point where I generally don't run this until like Monday, Tuesday night. Go, oh, I didn't run 7th Zone. Let's do that real quick. So let me know your thoughts on this. Are you kind of like drained on this? Is it just... And some people probably don't even run it anymore because they're like, I've ascended everything. Why do I bother? You know, I mean, you can get Iris from it. You got to break 15 mil and you'll get Iris from it. And this team will absolutely dominate. I mean, they're going to... Next run, as long as Chigusa stays, even if Chigusa dies, it doesn't matter. As long as my 2 DPSs are on there, it's a turn 7, turn 8 kill, no questions. Turn 6 if I'm lucky. So, just burnt out a little bit, guys. Let me know your thoughts, your comments. I'm not trying to dog on the game. I still do love the game and enjoy it. But this mode just kind of bores me, honestly. Like, comment, share. I'll catch you guys for the next one.